Well, thank you, Rich. That was a great introduction, and I didn't actually know that Rich was going to introduce me tonight, so I have no quips to give him in return. But I will say this, that Rich is a guy who I see everywhere in business, many business circles, but I'm never really sure what he does or what his skills are. But I will say this, everywhere Rich goes, good things happen, which is why I spend a lot of time with Rich whenever I can. But it's my great pleasure tonight to be able to welcome all of you to Sony, and to welcome you to this great event which combines innovation and entertainment, and also to welcome you to what is really a very special place. This is, as you know, Sony Pictures' working studio lot, Columbia Pictures, huge amounts of history here. And probably all of you already knew that. And probably all of you already know that the raison d'etre for Sony is, in fact, the very theme of this conference. It's about innovation, entertainment, technology. That is what Sony is quite simply all about. But what you may not know, the part of the story you may not know, but I'm about to tell you, is that actually Sony, Columbia Pictures, we've always had a very special relationship with the Irish and those of Irish ancestry. Now, probably I know what you're thinking. George is just saying this to kind of curry favor with the executives from Ireland, and he's just patronizing. It's not true. I'm going to present some evidence that demonstrates the tremendous relationship that Sony has with the Irish. Okay, Victor Hugo, Les Miserables. Who did we cast in the lead role? Jean Valjean. Did we pick some struggling French actor? No. That is not an Irish name. It's not a French name. But you probably still don't believe me, right? This is just a coincidence. Who did we cast in Lawrence of Arabia? Who was the lead? Peter O'Toole. Okay, all of you, these are all Columbia Pictures, by the way. All of you know that Gene Kelly was Irish. But what you may not have known, so was Rita Hayworth. All Irish cast. Let me keep going. Burt Lancaster, Irish. Here's one. Marlon Brando, Irish. I'm not kidding. Look it up on Wikipedia. It's true. He was really Irish. And finally, the Smurfs, Irish. I'm pretty sure about this. I'm not pretty sure about this. In fact, speaking of the Smurfs, I actually was lucky enough to be here on the lot when the Smurfs movie was going through its post-production process. And actually, just down Main Street is a building which houses the facility that you see in this slide. We have enough computing power for the next NASA moon launch. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art facility. And probably all of you know that technology's had a big impact on things like 3D and special effects and animation. But what you may not know is that it's actually impacted every component of the movie supply chain. Everything from the cameras that we now shoot with, the fully digital cameras, through post-production, through distribution, and watching your favorite movie on your PC or your Sony tablet. Notice I didn't say iPad. So technology has changed everything about entertainment, how we consume it, how we create it, how we deliver it. And I'm not even going to have to go into the gaming technology. Sony PlayStation, for example, the microprocessor in that PlayStation is incredibly powerful. In fact, before I joined Sony, I was an executive at IBM, and one of my responsibilities was to run the global semiconductor business. And I will tell you that the 300-millimeter fab that I ran produced two kinds of chips, one for IBM's mainframe computer and the second for the Sony PlayStation. It is the second highest level of compute power of any application, either business or public sector, other than the the mainframe computer. So technology and entertainment of all types, closely linked. In fact, one of the things that goes on in that building just down the street here is the process of post-production, fully digital. And just to give you some example, the photo on the far to the left of the screen is what the camera actually saw. The photo on the right is how it appeared in the movie. And what you can see is by digitally altering the image, you're able to create a very different effect in the movie. Here's another one, the surprise hit, the comedy Bad Teacher. And I'll just call your attention to a couple things. On the far side of the screen, that's what the camera saw. Far right is what we actually put on in the movie. A couple of things I'll point out to you. One is that strange red line over the top there. That's really an artifact of my very bad PowerPoint skills. It's nothing to do with our post-production process. The other thing I'll point out is notice the crispness of the color, the reality of the scene, how it's enhanced on this far right of the slide. It's really incredible. And one more thing I'll point out. There is a reason why Sir Howard keeps me very far away from any of the talent in the business. And the reason is because when I looked at that the first time, I said, how much did it cost for us to remove the tree in this scene? I mean, why didn't we just leave it in the shot? So that's why you want to keep people like me away from talent, because to me it's all about cost control. But without a doubt, the artistry and well, I was going to talk more about the, I shouldn't talk maybe more about the talent, but the fact is that this is a movie that we produce without very much budget, and it actually became very successful. So I should be more complimentary of the judgment of the director, which is something I obviously don't have. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you about before I turn it over to the main presentation. I'm going to demonstrate this to you a little bit. I don't know how many of you have seen this before, but this is the new Sony Visor. We launched this last week. It is an incredible piece of technology. As I said before, every element of the entertainment supply chain is being affected by technology. This thing I'm wearing on my head has 2 OLED screens in it and 5.1 surround sound. And when you look at the film that you're watching or TV show, you really have the same impact as if you were watching a 150-inch TV screen, all available through a new technology called the Sony Visor. And actually, whether it's the cameras that we're creating to capture the image, the post-production process, the 4K cameras that now display the images and present them in movie theaters, or the technology around the network entertainment model that distributes it, it's all a great collaboration between artist, innovator, and technology. So I'd like to encourage you to experience this for yourself if you get a chance. And I want to thank all of you for coming here to Sony. And let's get on with the main show. Thank you very much.